You know the scene, right? It's the middle of a nail-biting Formula One race. Cars are flying. And then, bam, yellow flags. Suddenly, the most advanced racing machines on the planet are all queued up behind a street car. It feels so wrong, but there are some absolutely fascinating reasons why it has to be this way.
Oh, yeah. We've all heard it a million times. It's Max, it's Lewis, it's pretty much every driver on the radio. They're practically begging race control to pick up the pace because to them, it feels like they're crawling. And worse, their super sensitive tires are losing all that critical temperature and grip. And that leads to the most logical question in the world, right? If the whole problem is that the safety car is too slow, why not just use another F1 car to lead the pack? Well, the answer is pretty simple. It wouldn't just be a terrible idea, it would be an absolute catastrophe. So first up, let's talk about the engineering. An F1 car is, well, it's a purebred beast, designed for one thing and one thing only: mind-bending speed. The moment you take that speed away, the entire system just starts to collapse on itself. And it all begins with its most basic function: staying cool. See, it all comes down to this thing called ram air. Now, your road car has fans that pull air through the radiator to cool the engine. An F1 car doesn't have those. They're way too heavy and complex. Instead, it uses its own insane speed to literally force or ram air through its cooling system. It's a brilliant design that only works when the car is going ridiculously fast. At the speeds a safety car travels, which can be under 70 miles per hour, there's just not enough air being forced in. An F1 car's engine temperature would just shoot through the roof. I mean, within 2 laps, it would literally cook itself to death. The safety car, on the other hand, with its good old-fashioned fans, can sit there and cruise at any speed all day long and not even break a sweat. Okay, but let's pretend we could magically solve that overheating problem. We'd immediately slam into another brick wall. Because a safety car is so much more than just a car to set the pace. It's really a mobile command center, and its office is a completely different world from an F1 driver's cockpit. Think about an F1 cockpit. It's this beautiful, minimalist carbon fiber shell. The driver is practically lying down, sunk so low they can barely see over their own front wheels, let alone spot a tiny piece of debris on the track. Their job is one thing: drive fast. They've got one radio and it only goes to their team. It's a workspace for pure speed, not for awareness. Now contrast that with this safety car. It's a 2-person operation. You've got Bernd Mayländer driving, but right next to him is co-driver Richard Darker, who is basically a race controller on wheels. He's got monitors with live race feeds, GPS tracking of all the cars, and direct radio links to race control. Their entire job is total situational awareness, spotting marshals, debris, everything. And here's something that sounds almost silly, but it's a huge deal: the light bar. F1 cars are so aerodynamically precise that if you just bolted a light bar onto the top, it would completely destroy the carefully sculpted airflow going to the engine airbox and the rear wing. You'd cripple its cooling and its performance in one fell swoop. All right, so even if we designed a special F1 car to handle all that, we hit our third major roadblock: just starting the thing. A safety car has to be ready to go instantly. An F1 car? Well, that's what I call the plug and pray problem. You can't just hop in a Formula One car and turn a key. It's this whole complicated ritual. A mechanic has to plug in an external starter motor. The oil and coolant have to be preheated to the perfect temperature. A whole crew of engineers are staring at laptops, monitoring every single sensor just to make sure it fires up without blowing itself to bits. It's a planned event, not a split-second reaction. And that's the absolute killer difference. An F1 car is plug and pray. It's a whole procedure where you just hope everything goes right. The safety car? It's plug and play. The engine is already running at the end of the pit lane, waiting for the call. All they have to do is put it in gear and go. So, this all brings us to the biggest, most beautiful irony in this whole story. You've got all these incredible drivers complaining about the car being too slow. What they don't realize is what's actually happening in the cockpit right in front of them. Here's the crazy truth. While those F1 cars are loafing along at maybe 30 or 40% of what they can do, Bernd Mayländer is driving that safety car at 99% of its absolute limit. He is on the ragged edge, drifting, braking as late as possible, just to keep a pace that stops those F1 tires from turning into ice cubes. And this chart really tells the whole story. An F1 car needs crazy high speeds to make its wings work and generate downforce. When it's going slow, it's actually unstable and unpredictable. But a road car like the safety car, it relies on mechanical grip from its tires. It's designed to be stable and fast at the exact speeds an F1 car absolutely hates. So the slow car is actually at its absolute peak, while the fast car would be completely lost. So when you really put all these pieces together, you start to see that the safety car isn't some clumsy compromise. It's actually the perfect, custom-built tool for a very specific and very difficult job. I mean, let's just look at the job description. You need something that starts instantly, can run for hours at any speed without overheating, has fantastic visibility, can house a bunch of complicated electronics, and has to be rock-solid reliable. An F1 car, it fails on every single one of those points. Spectacular. So no, the safety car isn't meant to be as fast as an F1 car. Its whole purpose is to be everything an F1 car is not: predictable, durable, and above all, reliable. It truly is the unsung hero of the Grand Prix, the one calm force that brings order back to the chaos. So the next time you hear a driver complaining on the radio, you'll know the delicious irony behind that message. Which really just leaves one last question for you. From the insane old Lamborghini Countach to today's incredible Aston Martin Vantage, what's your favorite safety car of all time? Let me know.